just the word goal setting is a problem for many people. It was for me, certainly, and for many people that I've worked with over the years. And that's because, think about this. Do you goal your wedding? No, you don't goal your wedding. You plan your wedding. Do you goal your vacation? No, you don't goal your vacation. You plan your vacation. So that's what I like to say. And it might sound like, well, you're just splitting hairs, Noah. Okay, fine. Maybe I am. But I think the human brain is very specific. And remember, this is from helping people literally make over $2.7 billion, my clients. And so the point is, you don't goal your wedding. You don't goal your vacation. You plan your wedding. So I would rather you say, listen, this is my plan. This is my destination. Just as simple as going to the grocery store. I'm going to the grocery store to pick up milk, eggs, and bread. That's what I'm doing. So what are you doing? Well, I want to make, X thousands of dollars or X million dollars next year. Great. Now, what are you going to do with that money? Why do you want that? What's the bigger purpose? Okay. What's the larger why to? I call it your why to. But see, when you have your foot on the brake, that is stopping you from actually moving forward. So think about this. For everybody watching this program and listening, think about this. Everybody who I've coached over these last 20 years has told me that they've, most of them have spent so much money and going to other people. But here's what happens is that because no one's talking about the foot on the brake, that they're still stuck. So, you're like, well, but Noah, I'm not reaching my goals fast enough. So what happens is you're driving with one foot on the brake. And so guru number one comes up to you and they say, you know what you need? You need to put more expensive gas in your car. And you go, okay, well, I'll put more expensive gas. You put more expensive gas in, but you're still doing the same unconscious habit. So you're getting the same result. Guru number two comes along and they say, you know what you need? You need a new set of tires. These tires aren't good enough. Buy these really expensive tires. And you go, all right, I'll try the tires. You put the tires on, but you're still doing the same unconscious habit and you're still getting the same result. Then guru number three comes along and they say, you know what you need? You need to buy a new car. Buy this really expensive sports car. That'll get you there much, much faster. You go, all right, well, I like my car that I got, but all right, he told me to do it. So you buy this expensive car, but you're still doing the same unconscious habit. So what I do is I come up to you and I say this, listen, did you know you have your foot on the brake? And they're like, no. And I say, well, do you know if you get your foot off the brake, then you're actually going to reach your goal a lot faster and easier with a lot less stress. And they go, really? And I say, yeah, that's how we're able to get people so they make more in 12 weeks than they made in the last 12 months, because we're just getting your foot off the brake. I'll give you a quick example. And so they go, well, where do I sign? I mean, it's literally that simple. So one of our clients is a realtor named Bill, and he had spent so much money on all these different gurus and seminars. I mean, literally, he told me for over 30 years, he'd gone to all these, different programs. And yet he was doing okay. I mean, he wasn't like, broke or destitute. He was doing pretty good, but he knew he could do a lot better. And so he heard me speak at a real estate conference, and he came up to me afterwards. He said, well, Mike, what makes this any different? And I go, well, you just heard me speak. What do you think makes it any different? He was expecting this like hard sales pitch, right? I don't do that. I don't need to sell it. It sells itself. So I said, well, what do you think? He goes, well, I've heard a lot about, finding your why and all this stuff, but I never heard anybody talk about my foot on the brake before. And I go, well, yeah, that's one thing that's different. Anyway, so he ended up hiring me and working with me. He ended up doing multi-million-dollar deals and then multi-billion-dollar deals. All of that happened in less than 12 months. And so he literally made over $300 million in less than 3 years as a result of just getting his foot off the brake. And so that's what I'm trying to say for everybody. It's not your fault if you're feeling like you're stuck or you're not getting the level of success that you want, or you're kind of plateaued. That's what we see a lot. A lot of people are doing okay, but they're just reached that plateau. Why? Because if you keep driving harder, keep pressing your gas, keep pressing that gas harder. That's what they're all telling you. Just press that gas harder. Okay, that's not exactly wrong. But if you have your foot on the brake in the first place, why don't we just take your foot off the brake? And then everything becomes so much faster and easier.